Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Hopefully everybody's having a nice day. Hopefully everybody is starting to see, especially the new folk. Hopefully you guys are really starting to see the power of the pulse waves, live and direct in full effect. We did get warning signals at the beginning of the week, and there were a lot of crash alerts. Most of those crash alerts came directed toward the stock indexes. Today we have the Dow futures down 227 points. NASDAQ is down 82.5 points. I'm sure everyone and their mother who has a YouTube account is posting videos calling for Armageddon, the market crash, the smash, the crash, the thrash, blah, blah, blah. This is only the beginning. No, it's not. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to shut that noise up first, and then we're going to get on to some other stuff. Does that sound like a plan? All right. Without further ado, let's peep this. This is being recorded on Wednesday, May the 17th, 2017. The time is about 12 minutes after 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's afternoon. Yeah, I only see 7 of us here, but I don't care about the numbers. I care about getting the message out. All right, I don't want nobody to be shook, so let me just get out what I need to get out, and then we can talk around it. First things first, this is not the crash, the smash, the thrash, and all that other good stuff. Take a look at your sheet. Look at your indices sheet. Look at that tab. Look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Look at where the support is for today. Look at that sell stop. What's that number? Anybody want to chime in what that number is? Anybody see the number? All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, well, I have an abbreviated sheet that says 20,762-ish. All right. And ask me what the low is today. 20,670. So it bested by 2 points, and then it quickly reversed. Now it's at 20,706. No follow through whatsoever. Just a stop run. That's all. An intraday running of the stops. Nothing to really be concerned about. Look at the NDX. The NDX support line is drawn where? You can see here we got 5620.75. All right. So it bested it by what, 15, 16 points? And now it's trading at 56.41. So it is bounced. No follow through. It's called profit taking, nothing else. If this was a true sell-off, the market would be down some percentage points, not 200 little Dow points or 80 little NASDAQ points. That is nothing when you have thousands of points of fluff built into the market. 200 is a drop in a bucket. That's just noise, price fluctuation. By the close, we could be up 200 points. All right? So I just want to give it to y'all, give you the real. Don't be shook by what you seeing going on today. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing happening. All you see is the crash alert playing out. That's it. Now let me put you on to something else. You have noticed, and you heard me say it on the show with V the other day, that you see Bitcoin being priced higher than gold. You see Bitcoin being priced higher than the US dollar, than pretty much any other currency that is on the planet. Now, the question other people have too is they say, well, yeah, why is that happening? And why has the stock market been going up the way it's been going up? And blah, 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 blah. Well, the reason for all of this is because, believe it or not, what our powers that be have decided is that we are repricing everything. Here's the big old reprice, the global reset everybody has been talking about. And it's happening right before everyone's eyes, and they don't even notice it. They know not. They're shifting from that US dollar greenback physical tangible thing we've been talking about and switching everything over to the digital switchboards. And the government is in the process of rolling out their own blockchain that they control. So everything is being repriced into what? Bitcoins. Bitcoin basically is the new barometer of price. Therefore, since there is a huge, inflationary aspect built into the price of the Bitcoin, that's what everything is being priced off right now. It's not being priced in dollars. Dollars are worthless. They mean nothing. That's why they're allowing the dollar to float negatively. Even as we speak, the dollar is at the 97 handle. That's not by accident. Yes, you need a cheap dollar for import-export situations, but you need a strong dollar as far as reserve currency situation. It has not been the strong reserve currency for a long time. If we were just looking at price appreciation, you would be looking to the euro, you know, or some other currency. You wouldn't be looking to that. Anything that's priced higher than a dollar is what you'd be looking at right now, and not the dollar. Heck, the British pound right now is could be argued as one of the most expensive currencies out right now. It's at almost it's almost at 130. Hit 130 today. All right, so it's stronger than the euro. All right, but what's stronger than all of them? Bitcoin. So with that being said, you can see everything is being repriced to an electronic base currency, not your traditional old school greenback type of a currency. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. All right. So what does all this mean? In the short term, it means absolutely nothing to you and I. In the long term, it's going to be catastrophic and devastating because when everything's being rolled out, as it will be incrementally into the new digital space, then we get to roll out more of the robotics behind it, because it's a new economy. It's the new economy, which is an economy surrounded by machines and algorithms and robots. It doesn't factor into the equation human capital anymore. Human capital is on the decline. The demand now is for digital capital. All right. Anything carbon-based is cheap now. Why do you think they want to have carbon taxes and tax carbon-based things into oblivion? Because they see anything carbon-based as inferior. Anything that's carbon-based is disgusting and costly and damaging to the ecosystem. So we need to get rid of it, i.e. human beings. Merge with the machines or die. We have no need of you. So expect to see more viruses that are resistant to any kind of antibiotics. Expect to see more cyber attacks in the form of biology. And I don't mean biological weapons. I mean disease used in disguise as biological weapons. So biological weapons in disguise are going to be used to shrink the masses. All right? Because if they used any kind of bombs and stuff, they would be easily traced back. But if you use smallpox or something of that nature, or not something not as severe, but just as lethal and just as effective, then you can just cross it off to an Ebola or SARS or fill in the blank. So yes, more and more sickness. And the good news for them, for the elite, is that machines don't get sick. Yeah, I know you're thinking machines can get quote unquote viruses, but all that's being kept under control because the NSA is the new CDC. The Centers for Disease Control houses all the plagues and viruses on the planet. the most deadly in the world. They could start their own Armageddon. Well, the NSA is the digital equivalent of the CDC. They house all the killer computer viruses across the world. They could start their own plague, and they already have. That's all you heard last week. Virus this and computer virus that. Who's to blame? Who are they blaming? They're not blaming the CDC. They're blaming the CDC digital equivalent called the NSA, who also houses the most killer deadly viruses on the planet, computerly speaking, of course. So that's what's been going on, folks. Not only is there an algo shift, but there's been a major power shift as well. So yes, there's so much going on in the world today, folks, but I just wanted to give you the real so that you could see exactly what's happening and why it's happening and see things being positioned and moved into place ahead of time, ahead of schedule, or how to say it, schedule. So if you look at your gold today, you see your price triggers on gold. You see the support is holding nicely. We hit 1260 today. Anyone paying attention could have profitably made a good amount of shillings today. Likewise for silver, silver is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. Everything is moving according to the sheet. Crash alerts and rally alerts are playing off. The only thing that seems to be wanting to punch people in the face today is AMD. After a nice run-up, we are now experiencing a pretty decent pullback here. The weekly right now is below the momentum trend line. It actually needs a close of 1207. Needs to close about 1207 this week to lock in any type of bullish momentum. Failure to do so would have it roll over, but it would only drop down somewhere near support before hitting a nice ramp. On the daily, a little bit different. We're underneath the Kumo cloud. This really needs to get some legs to it in order to run. But truth be told, if you look at where the support is, the price trigger for support on the sheet is intact, and it's well intact. So as of right now, I just see this as a temporary pullback, which will probably most likely be brought up. And I also expect the stock indexes, there's a strong chance that we could end up going positive by the close. Don't be shocked if it happens. We'll have to wait and see what the institutional money is looking like. But coming into today, I really didn't see any large institutional positions in the stock indexes. So this is just some light profit taking on the indexes. All right, I got everything off my chest I need to get off my chest. Any questions? No questions? All right. Where do I see the bottom in natural gas? That is a very good question. Let's see. All right, we took out the intraday support, which I really didn't want to see happening, but let's pull up the natty gas. See what we got here. It's been really weird lately because even though you've had this pullback down to the trend line support, you really haven't had any price triggers really jumping off the page on the D gas, the inverse ETF to the U gas. You haven't really seen that or had that. So let's see here. Coming to today, we had a nice support around the 320, 321 level. Currently, we're at 317. You do have this this enormous ramp on the weekly chart, and the daily chart. You're at the top of the Kumo cloud, which is usually a nice support, especially when it runs into the trend line here. So we're right at where the support should be built. on this one. So we're right there. And let's see here. We did lose momentum on the daily. So this is only the second day in a row. And on the weekly, all we need is a close above 324, and we'll be good to lock in momentum. And on the daily, we just need a close above 328. So that's what we are here. I think the bottom right here, that 315-ish is a very strong support for this market. Around 315, 320 is pretty much all it needs in order to build that base to run. And if you look at the chart, you can see that this is where we are. This support goes all the way back. All right, goes all the way back. After this washout here, the market hadn't revisited these levels until here. We tested here. Now here we back are again today. So we're right here at that base, that pretty strong support around the 315 level. And it should also be noted, like I said, even when the U-gas was pulling back, D-gas really wasn't breaking out, which is rather significant. You can't ignore it. Here's D-gas right here. All right. We hit 2099 only to pull back to 2080. We're still not pulse waving in D-gas. See what I mean? So with that being said, in my opinion, we're already here. We're already testing the lows. I think we've seen, the end of the selling for the most part in that gas. And like I said, we got 315 as a strong support. Next strong support is $3 even. And I think that is really the key base, because the market's going to need it. The more it builds the base around the 315 level, then the stronger the pin-up energy to the upside will be. And we probably will easily best 350 and get to $4, $4.50, seriously, and so on and so on. So it could be, I think this is a longer term play. It's one of those things that, you're going to see it really impress over the next few months. And that's why the D-gas is not triggered. D-gas is not pulse waving. It is not pulse waving. All right. It is still in a locked in bear market. Straight locked in, like really locked in. All right. And that's one of the things that I was showing you guys. One of the telltale signs if a move is real, or if you can kind of gauge what's happening. If you're trading something that has an inverse ETF, if the inverse ETF is not triggering, then that should tell you something. That the move you're seeing is either a running of stops or profit taking or whatever, and not something that you need to panic over or be like, oh, I need to get out of the market. You know what I mean? So, any other questions? Okay, well, first you got two scenarios. The question is, what do you do when the stock opens above the trigger? Well, technically speaking, if it's something you're looking to trade, you should already have your tickets working in the first place. So the market gaps up, triggers you get what is called slippage. You wanted to buy it when it was 20, it opened up at 25, you're long now at 25. You still use your recommended stop, and then you hold the position. That's how it works. If you're not filled, meaning you didn't have a working ticket, then you use the 2-bar Charlie 60-minute rule that you learned in the Learning Academy. If you are not familiar with that, you need to go to peep that tutorial at the Learning Academy and learn how to read and utilize the 2-bar Charlie 60-minute rule to enter and exit the market, because that's how you do it. Let's see. Trump made a deal with China for them to buy cattle and natural gas from us. Do the pulse wave support that? Yeah, you probably missed that. A couple weeks ago, I did talk about that. I did talk about how it was in the news that they were working out a deal so that we could export natural gas to China, and how it was going to help support the bullish natural gas scenario. So yes, I'd already uh, told you guys about that as soon as that news broke. And remember, everything that can be known or is known has already been factored into the price. Price tells you a story before you know what the story is. Price is already telling you what it is. So you're never left guessing on that. Also, I want to point out something else on the something about natural gas. Look at the inverse ETF D gas again. Notice where the weekly is on your sheet. That's a price inflection point. So not only is this market not pulse waving positive, but it is also far removed from the price inflection point, which would cause a strong upsurge in the D-gas. Nowhere near it, man. Nowhere near it. So again, it lets you know the quality of the moves that you're seeing. And the bearish argument or bearish picture is just not there. The long-term bear market in the nat gas, or in the U gas for that matter, has been weakening over time, and it is, it's right there on the verge of pulse waving hard body. Soon as that price trigger goes off on the U gas, that's a strong pulse wave. And then also the look where the weekly price inflection point is on that as well. See what I'm saying? They're both like in the same position, the bull and the bear side. So they're like, it's like evened out. So that's to let you know that any move that you're seeing right now, contrary to that, is something else. It's not real. Does that make sense? All right. Any other questions? All right. What y'all got? Hit me with it. Okay. Next question. When you see a crash alert and a green price on the sheet, do you stay away? No, not necessarily. It depends on the situation. If I'm flat that particular market, meaning I have no working orders, I have no open positions, I have to look at one or two things. I don't just look at the um, the stop runner, because you're looking at the stop runner on that one. Stop runner could be saying it looks like the stop losses are going to be run to the downside. Could be seeing some selling pressure, but then you got a rally alert too. Or in your situation, you got a crash alert and a green price. Well, sometimes the alerts don't always play out right away. So you still may have some upside left in it, especially if it's in a strong bull market. So I would need to look at that too. I need to look at what market we're talking about and what position we are in. Is it a locked-in bull market? If it's a locked-in bull market and it looks like it's been experiencing profit taking for a few days or whatever, then I might consider going long that particular trade. Or is it a take back Friday and we're getting that? You know what I'm saying? I have to look at all these different scenarios. Or a situation with a market that's been just going up and up and up and looks overbought, no pullback, and now we're getting one of those crash alerts. It just depends on what I'm looking at. And what you mean by stay away, you mean stay away from the long side of the market? Then I might just go ahead and take a short in that position. It just depends on what we're talking about, what we're looking at. Can you look at the Hang Seng Index? Very tempting to go long and 25s to target 26 level. All right, let's see. The Hang Seng. All right, where are you here? Hang Seng, here you go. Yeah, this one this morning had a crash alert. I see that on the indices tab, but the trend is locked into the top side. I would have taken the trade to at that entry price. I would have went long at the entry price and then putting my stop at that stop loss price. Absolutely. I would have even considered also playing the short side and putting a sell ticket in at today's stop loss to get short and use the entry price as my buy stop. Absolutely. So one more smackdown for gold? No, I'm not saying that there's one more smackdown definitely. I'm saying that it is possible based on the way the price action's been going, but nothing's guaranteed. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one more. Not at all. I would not be surprised. It's just the nature of the metals game right now. But I don't see that happening. If you look at today's, well, what I would do if I were you, especially for those of you who are thinking about playing either the futures or the GLD or whatever, just watch your sell stops, man. That's going to tell you everything you need to know. If those sell stops get violated, that's your first clue right there, what's about to take place. It could just be a stop run, but for 9 times out of 10, if the sell stops are ever violated, chances are it's going to move well beyond it enough to give you profit. Yeah, as far as JNUG, GDXJ has been on fire, man. JNUG going with it. So it's like I said, that's what the price triggers. That's the power of the price triggers, folks. Without technicals and without feelings, if you just look at these price triggers, they tell you everything you need to know. You see an entry price trigger get violated, chances are the market's going to move significantly in that direction and give you profit there. If you see the sell stop price triggers violated, chances are the market's going to move precipitously beyond that and give you money on the short side. It's just that simple. That's why I say the price triggers are golden in and of themselves. And you remember what I showed you with when you look at the weekly column and the entry price column. If they're the same number, chances are that entry price is at a major price inflection point and the market is going to really, really run if violated. Same thing when you see the TRS and the entry price the same. Chances are, if they're the same price and that thing is violated, that means on an intraday basis at least, you could see a price surge spike that could even develop. So yes, those are very strong price trigger indicators in and of themselves. So that's something to be mindful of. And sometimes you'll see all three prices are the same. You'll see the weekly column, the TRS column, and the entry price column the same price. Like today, if you look at the palladium futures. If that's violated and taken out, you can look at a very nasty move to the top side. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, gaps got to be dealt with. You know it. Someone just pointed out in the chat that JNUG has a gap at around 1970-ish, and it's got to be dealt with, and that's correct. Let's pull it up on the chart. Let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. JNUG. Here we go. All right, so here's the JNUG. All right, and let's see here, 1948, and yep, 2020. Yeah, it's probably gonna head fake some folk, get up to the 2339-ish, this trend line level before heading back down again to at least get back toward the momentum line. So at some point, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Not at all. Not at all. And JNUG, if the market will let you, I think it can be. You may even be able to short JNUG outright. Now looking at it today, our support was at 1906. somewhere around there. So nowhere near it. Nowhere near it, folks. And today's price inflection point was 1952. And our weekly is sitting at 2272. We gapped up above the entry price today on the open, but we did not get to the price inflection point yet. So definitely one to watch. If that price inflection point is hit before pullback, though, that could be one last really strong upsurge. It could run to even to 25 before pulling back, though. So, oh, now I remember what I want to talk about real quick. There's something else I want to show you guys. All right, here's the argument for why the stock market may have hit a short-term top. I said may. Look at your sheet, look at your in-play tab, go to XIV, XIV. Notice XIV. I want to show you something on the XIV. I did tell you guys to watch XIV if you want to know what's going on in the stock market. Okay? Look at this. Everybody see my charts? All right, you see my weekly right here? We just lost momentum. You see my daily? You got a gap and you lost momentum. Okay. On the daily, we need to close above 78.94 to get back that momentum. On the weekly, we need to close above 75.53 to get that back. We're at 73.88. This market is down mad bucks. It's down almost $9. Okay? That's XIV, ticker XIV as in Victor. Notice how this market has been, on fire, all right? And then we just topped out as of yesterday. Yesterday marks the top at 82.84. Once again, 82.84 was yesterday's high. The market closed at 82.40, opened today at 77.25. So you had a $5 gap down on today's open. Anyone who bought yesterday was down today 5 full points. Even at 100 shares, you're down $500. All right? $500 you're down per 100 shares. You guys can do the math on that. It's a lot of money, all right, to be down that quick, that slick. So, no, the VIX has nothing to do with it anymore. The VIX is broken. This particular stock has now gotten a mind of its own. It is reflective of the entire stock market. When you see the XIV, I want you to think the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P rolled into one. That's what I want you to think of. So if this is turning over, then the stock market is not far behind it. If this is breaking out, then the stock market is not far behind it. I want you to start thinking along those lines because that's what that means. That's exactly what that means. All right. So with that being said, this market has broken the intraday support at 75.54 as per the pulse wave price trigger. All right. It is below that now. It triggered a selling short at 75.54. All right. So at some point, the market will come back to revisit that. If not today or tomorrow, maybe take back Friday, maybe next week. I just wanted to point out to you guys that this is a short-term top in the market. All right. I don't believe that this is the top. I believe it is a short-term top. Nevertheless, at some point, we have to come back up and fill this gap. And that's going to be a nice little bounce for wherever floor we get to, which this could hold today. But I think we're going to run back up sometime soon. XIV is a proxy for the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell. All right. It is an indicator proxy. It is a special security. All right. When you think XIV, I just want you to think stock index futures. Think stock index futures. That's what I want you to think. Stock index futures. For whatever reason, whether we understand it or agree with it, it is a proxy and indicator for the stock index futures. As they go, it goes, vice versa. All right. It's just what it is. Go back and look at your prior sheets, compare it, pull up a chart, compare it with the Dow, the S&P, the Russell, the NASDAQ. We'll take your pick. All right. It's a blend of all of those. You have to blend it all together. It takes a broad look at the total stock index futures, period. And then it comes up and it's a hodgepodge. Now I know, your professors would argue and disagree with me and laugh at me, but you can't laugh at the price action. And I'm just telling you what it is. So you tell me, look at where the Dow and the NASDAQ and S&P are today, and then look at where this is today, and there you go. There you have it. The only point of caution is what I showed you earlier, how we retreated off those lows and the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. All right? Can't ignore that. Got to watch that. This could be just a flush to shake out those weak hands. There's still a lot of money long these stock indexes. All right? Money is not pouring out of stocks today. Money is coming out, yes, but it's not pouring. It's not a flash crash. It's not a crash. It's not a smash. All right. Yes, DIA, SPY, and QQQ and IWM are greatly affected. So yes. Yep. Bonnie just said that the XIV, she loves it when it's a little lower, it has some gaps to fill around 66. You're absolutely correct. That's what I'm saying. You see it. You see it. You see it. Now, let's measure this. Let's break what this down is. I'm glad you brought that up, Bonnie, because look. Da-da-da-da-da. Remember this gap back here that we talked about? What's this? Are we not feeling the gap? Fall into the gap. Remember that commercial? Here we are. So one more day of this to fill this old gap back here. Then we rally. Do not fall in love with the downside, to borrow a phrase from my boy Oscar. Do not fall in love with the downside in XIV, because this is not the top. This is a short-term top. Trust and believe when I say you have not seen the top in the stock market yet. It is going to make people pale when they see it. Yeah, I don't know about the percentage. I just know, look at my crosshair. You look at my crosshair. Come on now, look at the crosshair. All we're doing is feeling some gaps. We got a little bit more ways to go yet to fill this gap down here. So we got to get somewhere down here. So this is around 69. Just like my girl Bonnie said, let's scroll back up in the chat. You said 66, right? All right, I don't know if it's going to get that low. I think we're going to get down right around here, Bonnie. That's what we're going. Somewhere between here. So you figure top side here. Yeah, that's 66 and change. But then bottom side here is like 70. So somewhere between that 66 and 70. So I'm going to say like maybe low 69s, okay? I think we're going to around 69. I don't know about that. I don't know about the stats on that. I'm not a statistician. I used to work with an incredible quant, an incredible statistician. I'm not one. I can't verify Mike Maloney's numbers, and I don't know what he's looking at. I respect him. I like Mike Maloney. I listen to Mike Maloney. But they don't do what I do. They're not traders like me. All right, they're not systematic people like me. They don't do what I do. So I don't know. If he says that's the number he's saying, 91.4% of all gaps have been filled, perhaps they have. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Next question. Then when it's in the Kumo cloud, it could do whatever, right? Absolutely. Yes, when prices are in the Kumo cloud, they cannot be trusted. They can do whatever. There's a zillion different directions they can go. Let's just look at what you got right here. All right, in this particular past representation of Kumo cloudage, you see the market did this in the cloud, right? Used it as like a base and then rallied, right? You look down here, this example on the 1 hour chart, you see it consolidated and then broke down in the cloud. And this one, it just cut through the cloud like butter. It didn't spend any time in the cloud. So price action can do whatever in the cloud. That's why I call it the Kumo cloud of death, because you never know how the price action is going to behave inside of a Z cloud. Let's see, I've been here the past year, and I don't think I've seen a gap not filled. So you're right. You're right. Exactly. Gaps and pointers at some point, pun intended, get filled at some point. They have to get dealt with. They must get dealt with. You're not going to see gaps that don't get dealt with. I've never known it. They can be delayed. They don't have to be filled right away, but it's going to be dealt with. You just can't not be dealt with. All right, you guys want to see something neat? Something I've never had a chance to show you on the chart because it really didn't materialize itself until right now when I'm looking at it. And I don't see how I didn't see this before, but just want to show you this. You ready for some chart magic? Feast your eyes on the page. What does this right here look like? And what does this right here look like? Bar 1 and bar 2. Exhibit A, exhibit B. Just these two bars alone. What do you see? Yay! Ding, 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 ding! Pointers! And what direction are they pointing? Down. And where's price action today? Down. Ding, 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 ding. Any questions? Class dismissed. See, I know I'm a nut. I know I'm crazy. But I see the price action. Price action tells you everything you need to know. All right? They don't teach this in chart school. They don't teach this in business school. They don't teach this in any trading books I have ever read. It's just not there. You guys are getting this stuff exclusively here. There is no particular length or how long the wick has to be in order to be a pointer. It's just one of those things. Yeah, I know, right? Is this programmed to the algorithms? Exactly. How many pointers before I'm convinced of a direction? There's no. To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep. I keep it real here, you guys. All right, especially for you new people. I keeps it real. Ain't no hidden magic and all that stuff. I'm gonna tell you like it is. To be honest with you, when you look at a chart, different people can see different things. One person sees a pink elephant, another person sees a naked lady. I mean, whatever. And to be honest with you, it's a picture or a portrait of historical relevance. That's it. You don't know it until the portrait is finished what's going on. So it's backward looking. It's not future predictive in and of itself. It's a backward looking thing that confirms your already analysis. Does that make sense? Yeah, signals. There you go. You can look at it like that. All right, let's see. Could you look at SLV? Just need to confirm gaps on the daily chart. Sure. Let's look at that. SLV. SLV. Ooh. The quote from one of my favorite movies, Finding Nemo. Oh, Dory. Y'all remember that? That scene with, with Bruce, because Dory was bleeding a little bit, and he smelled it, and Bruce was like, "Oh, Dory." He was like, "I'm having fish tonight." So I'm looking at these gaps. I'm like, "Oh, Dory." Yeah, this right here is this. Yeah, this is going to have to be dealt with. This is a gap. This is gappage. This one looks like it's back and filled intraday. Let's look at the numbers. All right, the high point was 1547. The low point is 1553. I'm gonna. This might be considered a back and fill intraday. It might be. I wouldn't be surprised if price comes down just to close the door on any conspiracy of a gap not being filled. But this could possibly qualify as fillage. This one does not. This down here is going to need to be dealt with. We're going to need to come back to around 1566, 1570-ish or something to close the door on this one. So SLV is coming back. So with the gap being said here, yeah, I guess we do have one more smackdown coming in the metals. Wah, wah, wah. Let's see here. No, you can't see where you're going by looking in the rearview mirror. You're right about that. You're right. I love charts. All right. I like looking at charts, analyzing charts, but they have their limitations. That's where the algorithms kick in. See what I'm saying? Like my man Oscar, the chart whisperer. You know, he does magic with the charts. All right. And that's his thing. I took the algorithm. That is like we both took two different lanes. He stayed on the chart lane, and I went the algorithm way to just quantify and calculate all of my stuff because I'm analytical and I like to analyze things every which way to Sunday. So I just program my brain so that I don't have to think as much, and then the computer will point out certain things that I need to be remembered and reminded of in my brain so that I can flow. That's all. Let's see. But those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Absolutely. Let's see. Do you buy the theory that silver will be the commodity they suppress longest? To me, those kind of arguments, to be quite honest with you, are a waste of time. I have no idea. And the reason why it's a waste of time is because how do you make money with that? Let's say you had knowledge right now that they were going to suppress silver more than they suppress gold, platinum, palladium. Okay, what's your play? How are you going to make money with that? Because the reason I ask is because just because you know something doesn't mean you know how the market is going to behave with that something. Case in point, let's say XYZ company is reporting earnings tonight. And who cares what the price actually has been doing leading up to the report? And let's say I leak the information to you first, all right? Now we know that's insider trading and we're both going to jail if you act on it. However, let's just use the example anyway. Okay, so you have this briefcase of knowledge. The question is, how do you know how the market is going to behave based on the information once it comes out? You don't know. You're guessing. Markets have been known to rally on terrible news and crash on terrible news. Markets have been known to rally on terrific news and crash on terrific news. So how do you know what it's going to do? Now, I keep it real with y'all. Of course there's a way you can know with the price action where the scale is going to be tipped on how the people are going to respond to the information when it comes out. I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm just saying in general, how do you know how the market's going to respond to news? And at the end of the day, you don't know. It's the right answer. The right answer is you don't know. The trader's Black Ops trading pirate answer is, well, of course we know a little bit more than that. But the real textbook answer is you don't know. And let's see, even if your info is right, if your timing is off, you can lose money. Exactly. It goes without saying. The gap on SLV for Monday had a 39 positive momentum. Are gaps normal when 39 is in the momentum columns? It can be. It can be. Remember too, well, thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the whole idea. This is a learning, a learning place of learning. When it comes to the institutional / high frequency type money, The 39 is a complex indicator. It's not just telling you that the institutional money is involved, but the thing is, we're not quite sure how they may be involved. It's more nefarious than just nines. A 9 is just letting you know some high frequency stuff is going off in the market depth. But a 39 is saying, yo, they operating, but they moving funny, right? Someone could be selling, they could sell a little, but their real purpose is to drive the price down so they can buy a lot. Or they may buy a little, but the real issue is to get it so they can sell a lot. So you don't necessarily know the motivations of a sell or a buy order. Someone could be selling to liquidate a long position. They could be buying to liquidate a short position. Or they could be playing around, or they could be spoofing. You just don't really know too much of what's going on. But I just put that there because I want to know who's playing and why, and what may be going on. And then I look at the other indicators on the sheet to give me another broader view of what may be going on in addition to that, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes you'll see the big money trying to buy that support, or they're trying to sell that resistance. I would like to know that. They're not always right either. I can't tell you how much times, especially in trading commodity futures, how they made me tons of money. Like when that COT report, the Commitment of Traders report comes out, showing that all the institutions are short, and I go in and I buy it, and I make money. They lose money, so that should tell you something. Big money is not necessarily the smart money. It's just big money. That's all. Big and dumb. Big dumb elephant. All right, let's see. It's starting to feel like the gaps are being created by design. Just another tool in the manipulation toolbox. Yeah, I can't argue with you on that. Somebody's making those. It used to be way back in the day, back when stocks were traded in decimal points, back when you had actual carbon-based life forms on the trading floor. We used to call them funny names like market makers. And these real live human being carbon-based entities would make markets, and they would make their monies off the spreads and the bid and the ask and things of that nature. And you know what? Yes, certain price points will be created based on their activity, and those in the know could take advantage of said activity. Also, because of said activity in human beings, there used to be these situations called arbitrage, where you could go in and you could buy the price of corn in London, sell the price of corn in the US, and pocket the difference. Yes. And then that would bring prices back into alignment on a global scale. And there used to be whole departments dedicated to just this arbitrage situation. Yep. Facts. Any other questions? Of course, that doesn't exist today. Not in that way, anyway. Any other questions? Do you believe AMD is the best way to capitalize on your robots taking over manual jobs prediction? I don't know if I would say it's the best way, but I would say it's one of the ways. Anything that's under that Illuminati index is going to be the best way, because everybody's going to have their hand in it in some way. And there are other moving parts too with that too. Matter of fact, there's a new stock in the in play tab. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that one. That's SHOP, I think, is the ticker. SHOP. SHOP. And I added that on there. Let's see. Full disclosure, I'm not a stock picker. When I hear about a stock that may be in play or what have you, I add it to my list. I get ideas from you guys. I get ideas from other people on YouTube making videos or what have you. Giving full credit to what credit is due, I heard about the SHOP watching my boy Oscar's video the other day. He said someone, I think his trading room gave it to him. And supposedly they create all the algorithms and stuff that Amazon and other people do. Anyone who has any kind of shopping thing that they do online, these big companies and stuff, this SHOP makes they're the go-to person for all these big places. So the stock has moved from like $20, almost $100 in a rather short period of time. So I put that one on the radar as well. When I heard about it, I was like, oh, this needs to be on my Illuminati side, my Illuminati index. So I added it. And it should be on the in-play tab. And I don't know if I added it to the Illuminati tab or not, but it needs to be because this is a really big deal. Yeah, here it is today. Moving down now. Ha ha. But not really. This is not a really down move based on the way it's moved up. Again, it's just a little bit of profit taking, man. Setting up for the next leg. Look, every little pullback, you see an explosion, just like the NASDAQ on the weekly chart. Yeah, Shopify, that's what it's called. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yep. That's what's up. See? So I added it to the sheet, my man. Got to look at it. Can't be playing around out here, man. So I added it to the list. It's on there. It should be in the in-play tab. One to watch. And yes, I am looking to operate in that one. I can't wait. Can't wait to do it. See, there you have it. I didn't know that. I'm late to the party. Look, I don't know nothing about no stocks, man. Come on. Not when it comes to fundamental stuff. I don't know nothing about no companies, what they do, who the board of directors is, what they. I don't know nothing about. I don't care. I just care about price action. That's what I care about. Now, in a situation where something's brought to my attention and I need to put them into an index or something, then I will. And this one definitely belongs to an Illuminati index. Absolutely. So Illuminati index and in-play tab. I think right now it's just in the in-play tab because I'm looking to trade it heavy. I'm looking to get heavy XIV and heavy shop when the washout is done. That's what I'm looking to do. And I think on the next pullback with that SLV example, once that gap is filled in the SLV, then I think silver and gold are going to move up like gangbusters and break 1,300 on a close. I'm looking to be a buyer at this next bottom gap fillage in the gold and the silver. So I'm going to get long hard body gold, silver, and I'm looking to be hard body in this this shop and this XIV. Because we got a short-term top, so I'm watching them. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. And if the prices come into alignment, meaning that the gap between the entry and the sell stop is comfortable, then I'll look to play both sides of the market if I can too, to see which one's going to sell off a little bit more, or is it going to rally a little bit more. So I'm looking at major operations. I've been only operating really small lately, just holding the UGAS, and I added the AMD yesterday. I'll just hold that. But I'm looking to do some really major, huge positions here. I've just been waiting for the opportune time. I think this pullback in the market is going to be a major opportune time. So we'll see. And I'm thinking about getting into the futures too. And I'm glad I didn't do it today because today was a head fake. It touched support and then moved quickly away from it. What a waste. All right. So anybody else? I said this was going to be quick, didn't I? I should have known better. All right. What else y'all got? Any other questions whatsoever? Is everybody copacetic? Is everybody learning something in the academy? You guys getting at it in these markets? These price triggers working for you? Support's working for you? All that good stuff? Anybody shorting anything outright, like not inverse ETFs? Y'all getting it? All right, that's all I need to know. You're welcome, my man. You're welcome. All right, well, if everybody good, I'll see y'all in the other room, man, for real. I'm going to watch this market hard body going into the close, though, because I'm looking, I'm watching and waiting. I'm like a hawk, man. TDOC. What's TDOC? Is this what you're talking about, this ticker here? Well, that looks weird. It's not, it's not even trying to pull back. It's not even committed to pulling back. You gotta look. You got this continuation pattern here, and then you got to pull back to right here. It's like it's exactly a 50% retracement to the nose. Wow. Um, Depending on where you're long in it, on the daily chart is messy. Let me look at the weekly down here. Yeah, the weekly looks better. All right, you just need to maintain momentum here. You need to close above 26.43 to maintain this bullish momentum. Market is acting like it's trying to like do a 50% retracement of this beautiful bar here. But you're good, man. I mean, look, you're good money. You got your support down here. Got a next support right there, next support right there. Got a little teeny ramp coming up here. You good, man. If you long this one, you should be good. Just, tighten up them stops, man. Don't play yourself. If you're long, you don't want to get no profit back. Remember, take what you can. Give nothing back. You got a little ramp trying to form up here too, but it's longer out, so prices could be all over the place before that does what it's going to do. Ah, okay, okay. Well, let's watch and see how it behaves. You see how it had this resistance base around here, around the 27 handle. Then it finally broke out. So 27 is a major support because that's your old resistance right here. All right, so that should hold. Did I ever put that on the sheet for you? I didn't. Want me to add it? All right, well, shoot. Let me do it now so I won't forget. Give me a second. I'm going to add it right now while we're talking. Because if not, I get in the habit of forgetting stuff, man. I get busy, and then I totally forget what's what. All right, so TDoc. All right, here we go. Teledoc. Yep, there you go. Boom. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's under it is on here. It's under the daily tab. So I'm gonna put it in the in play tab. All right, I'm gonna put it on the in play tab. That'll work. All right, what do you mean they have nothing proprietary? And for senators in it, it's definitely a pump and dump. So at some point they're gonna dump it. I was thinking about John Corjon. Either the company is garbage, they have nothing proprietary, they just share, market share. Oh, well then you just proved my point. So then we should be getting short. Should we short the stuffings out of it right now? All right, this is the top side is 30.98. Right now we're at 27.90. Don't play with me, man. You really think I'll short it right now? I'll short right now at the market and put a stop in at the high. So I'm risking. So I'm short. I get short 27.90. We topped out at 30. So really, then I'm only risking like $3. Shoot, I don't play with me, man. When it's ready, then I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it with you. When you think it's done, let me know. And I add it to the in play thing, and we'll see what's up. We'll see what the price action got to say. I would love to see what the post waves got to say about it. He said he'd be happy to see a crash. Well, hey, you know me, we pirates, we don't care. If something's about to roll over, I want to see it roll over. But I'd rather it roll over from $90 a share than from $27 a share. You know what I'm saying? Like this new one I added, Shop, it has the potential to pull back substantially. So I would like to be on that one. I like the short things that are mad expensive because they have a lot further to fall. Like Amazon. Let's say Amazon's going to pull back hard. Well, I would like to be involved in that because it's a $900 stock, and it could fall hundreds of dollars. I would love to ride that with as many shares as possible. You know, hey, I got an idea. All of you guys can mortgage your houses, give me the money, and then I can show Amazon. I could buy one share of Amazon. I could sell short one share of Amazon. But by the time that they finish with that stock, it's gonna be a $90,000 share stock. We'll be lucky if we can get a half a share. Oh, I'm being corny. Uh, I'm being corny. All right, for real though. Yeah, keep me posted on that T dot, and we'll see what's up, man. Because if it looks like it's in play, I don't want to miss it. Because if they're gonna crash it from a nice lofty level, I'll ride it with you. Because you know at some point that institutional money is gonna come out of there, and they are gonna crash it, and I would like to ride them waves too. So we'll see what's up. Yeah, no. Well, I'm think I'll let it run. I'll buy it too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. If they're gonna run it, then $90 from where it is now. I would like to be long, but I would like to also stop and reverse when the music stops. I don't want to be the last dude holding the bag when the music is turned off. So that's why I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna put it on the in play tab so I can watch it and see what's up. All right. Anything else? Anybody think I should be looking at? I see Target just jumped on earnings. Who cares about retail right now? They got shellacked. Nobody cares about retail right now. Straight up. Oh, but I'm late to the party. You probably guys already knew this, but I'm late to the party, so I'll share. This any guys anyone into gaming? You should get yourself a GPDXD handheld. Man, that joint is the bomb. It's an Android device that you play all the Android games and stuff, and it has all the built-in ROMs. Because you know the NVIDIA Shield portable, you know they stopped making that. They played themselves. They could have had the market cornered, man. So because they left, now this Chinese company makes these joints, and they are the bomb. It looks like a old school DS, and it's nice, man. And they also got another one that looks like a PS Vita, and it comes with all the ROMs on there. You can play all the old school games on there, even arcade joints. Um, and I found a reputable online company where I got mine from, and I actually got it delivered. So it's not a fraudulent company. They didn't take my money. I got my product, and it came and it works. And I'm like a little kid because I'm a game head, especially um, especially handheld games. Yeah, man, this is nice, man. It's really nice. Matter of fact, I'll hook y'all up. Let me see. Because I only get stuff from reputable places. And I took a chance on this one because I saw someone's YouTube video and they were talking about it. So hold on, let me see, where is it? Yeah, I have like, I think over 1,000 YouTube subscriptions. I think I subscribed to like 1,000 channels on YouTube. And that dates back from when I first came onto YouTube. And when I first became awake and I was just doing so much research and I was trying to, figure out what's what and blah, blah, blah. So anywho, um, yeah, I got mad amount of stuff here. Okay, I found it. All right, they're called, okay, it's called, oh, here it is. This site right here. I still do not trust um, um, Alibaba yet. I have not bought anything on Alibaba, but these two places is where I went. The first one is what I just got. That's the first one. I ordered from both of these places. The one that looks like the Vita I got from the Geek Buying, and the one that looks like the 2DS I got from the Banggood. I know it's a weird name, but it's legit, man. It's legit. I can't front. They do deliver, and it looks like they really specialize in working with U.S. clientele. And like I said, they got a lot of gadgets and gadgets and stuff on here. It's sad that, we can't even shop at like, our local retailers and stuff to find nothing. You have to, I know, right? Um, yeah, I still don't know too much about. I just knew what I wanted and I just ordered the joint. But they got they got some nice stuff on here, and everything came to me like brand new condition in the box, the bubble wrap, and everything already comes preloaded on here. The sad part is that a lot of this stuff, man, you cannot get here in the States. A lot of like this company that makes these two handheld joints, it's a Chinese company. So you're not gonna find like none of this stuff here. You gotta go online to find stuff, man. Oh, and this thing had like 64 gigs of RAM on it or whatever. And they got other stuff on here too. Oh yeah, you can it has the Happy Chick emulator, and then they have their own proprietary emulators built on here too. It plays all the old school games. And you just reminded me I need to download Tecmo Bowl. So thanks for the reminder. I'll do it right now when I'm talking about it. Yeah, man, Tecmo Bowl. That's what's up. Yep, all you gotta do is open up once you get it, just open up the Happy Chick joint, and then you can download it. Yep, that's what's up. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It even came with like a little screen protector thing. So I just been on a tear installing all my old games and stuff. They even have a lot of games in Chinese or Japanese, and that never came out here in the States, and you can chill with those too, man. You can play those too. It's dope, man. And it's sad because Sony and them, they dropped the ball, man, and Nintendo. All they promised that when they came out with the Vita and when they came out with the 3DS, that a lot of stuff was going to be you know able to play those older games and stuff. They even promised to make a store where you can download the stuff. They didn't follow through on none of that. They just like totally dissed um, you know, everybody. They just totally dissed everybody. Left everybody hanging, man. Which is sad. So with that being said, man, whatever. Now it's like um, you have to, find an emulator that can do it for you and stuff. And I'm still learning a lot about this stuff, y'all. I'm still learning a lot about a lot of things. I'm old school for a lot of stuff. I'm slow because I stay so busy. So I'm still learning how to do some things, but I'm gonna get there. Let's take things one step at a time. One step at a time. But I'm really getting into some of these foreign games too, man, because some of them are dope. Even though you don't understand the language, but if you can figure out how to play the game, it's slamming. But they have so many emulators and stuff on here. And there's a lot of walkthroughs on YouTube teaching you how to use certain things, man. So I'm getting there. But yeah, this website, man, is pretty cool. A lot of rare stuff um, that's on here that you can't find nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to put y'all on to that. I'm new to all of this. Um, and I'm looking at some of the prices too. And some of these prices is bad, man. You can't find this nowhere else. They don't have nothing like this. Or you go into your local store, you know, like your Best Buy or something, and they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg for it. Who wants to go through that? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be ripped off? I don't. So anyway, I digress. I know, right? Well, it's not even that, but a lot of their stuff you can't find. That's what I'm saying. It's not just the price. I'm not tripping off the price. I'll pay a price for stuff. My beef is that you can't find the stuff on the shelf in your local store, and they can't even sell it to you. They can't even order it because it's not even in their inventory. Everything here is like they pick and choose based on which company is willing to pay them more money for shelf space. No, nobody got time for all of that. You know what I'm saying? We just want our product so we can keep it moving. You know? So that's all I'm saying, man. Yeah, shelf space is definitely a licensing fee. Absolutely. You got it. Well said. Sad but true. And it shouldn't be that way. That's why a lot of products we never get a chance to see. We never get a chance to see. Just like, you know, and the thing that got me, you know, the first time too, was that a lot of stuff, you know, we didn't even they claimed that it came over here to the United States, but in actuality, it never did. It never did. So I don't know what's up with that. Shouldn't have to go all around the world just to find basic stuff, my goodness. All right, so anyway, I'm yapping. Anybody got anything else? I know some days it's like that, man. Some days it's like that. I feel you. I really do. Some days you just want, all right, I'm gonna try to be productive today. I'm gonna do something productive. All right, y'all go ahead, man. I'm gonna get back to the lab and some things I'm looking at. I'll let y'all know when I have something else sexy. I'll peep you on it. All right, family. I'll see y'all in the other trading room. Peace out. Base currency, not your traditional old school greenback type of a currency. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. All right. So what does all this mean? In the short term, it means absolutely nothing to you and I. In the long term, it's going to be catastrophic and devastating because when everything's being rolled out, as it will be incrementally into the new digital space, then we get to roll out more of the robotics behind it. because it's a new economy. It's the new economy, which is an economy surrounded by machines and algorithms and robots. It doesn't factor into the equation human capital anymore. Human capital is on the decline. The demand now is for digital capital. All right. Anything carbon-based is cheap now. Why do you think they want to have carbon taxes and tax carbon-based things into oblivion? Because they see anything carbon-based as inferior. Anything that's carbon-based is disgusting and costly and damaging to the ecosystem. So we need to get rid of it, i.e. human beings. Merge with the machines or die. We have no need of you. So expect to see more viruses that are resistant to any kind of antibiotics. Expect to see more cyber attacks in the form of biology. And I don't mean biological weapons. I mean disease used in disguise as biological weapons. So biological weapons in disguise are going to be used to shrink the masses. All right, because if they used any kind of bombs and stuff, they would be easily traced back. But if you use smallpox or something of that nature, something not as severe, but just as lethal and just as effective, then you can just cross it off to an Ebola or SARS or fill in the. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Hopefully everybody's having a nice day. Hopefully everybody is starting to see, especially the new folk. Hopefully you guys are really starting to see the power of the pulse waves, live and direct in full effect. We did get warning signals at the beginning of the week, and there were a lot of crash alerts. Most of those crash alerts came directed toward the stock indexes. Today we have the Dow futures down 227 points. NASDAQ is down 82.5 points. I'm sure everyone and their mother who has a YouTube account is posting videos calling for Armageddon, the market crash, the smash, the crash, the thrash, blah, blah, blah. This is only the beginning. No, it's not. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to shut that noise up first, and then we're going to get on to some other stuff. Does that sound like a plan? All right. Without further ado, let's peep this. This is being recorded on Wednesday, May the 17th, 2017. The time is about 12 minutes after 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's afternoon. Yeah, I only see 7 of us here, but I don't care about the numbers. I care about getting the message out. All right, I don't want nobody to be shook, so let me just get out what I need to get out, and then we can talk around it. First things first, this is not the crash, the smash, the thrash, and all that other good stuff. Take a look at your sheet. Look at your indices sheet. Look at that tab. Look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Look at where the support is for today. Look at that sell stop. What's that number? People have too. They say, well, yeah, why is that happening? And why has the stock market been going up the way it's been going up? And blah, 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 blah. Well, the reason for all of this is because, believe it or not, what our powers that be have decided is that we are repricing everything. Here's the big old reprice, the global reset everybody has been talking about. And it's happening right before everyone's eyes, and they don't even notice it. They know not. They're shifting from that US dollar greenback physical tangible thing we've been talking about and switching everything over to the digital switchboards. And the government's in the process of rolling out their own blockchain that they control. So everything is being repriced into what? Bitcoins. Bitcoin basically is the new barometer of price. Therefore, since there is a huge, inflationary aspect built into the price of the Bitcoin, that's what everything is being priced off right now. It's not being priced in dollars. Dollars are worthless. They mean nothing. That's why they're allowing the dollar to float negatively. Even as we speak, the dollar is at the 97 handle. That's not by accident. Yes, you need a cheap dollar for import-export situations, but you need a strong dollar as far as reserve currency situation. It has not been the strong reserve currency for a long time. If we were just looking at price appreciation, you would be looking to the euro, or some other currency. You wouldn't be looking to that. Anything that's priced higher than a dollar is what you'd be looking at right now, and not the dollar. Heck, the British pound right now could be argued as one of the most expensive currencies out right now. It's at almost it's almost at 130. Hit 130 today. All right, so it's stronger than the euro. All right, but what's stronger than all of them? Bitcoin. So with that being said, you can see everything is being repriced to an electronic blank. So yes, more and more sickness. And the good news for them, for the elite, is that machines don't get sick. Yeah, I know you're thinking machines can get quote-unquote viruses, but all that's being kept under control because the NSA is the new CDC. The Centers for Disease Control houses all the plagues and viruses on the planet, the most deadly in the world. They could start their own Armageddon. Well, the NSA is the digital equivalent of the CDC. They house all the killer computer viruses across the world. They could start their own plague, and they already have. That's all you heard last week. Virus this and computer virus that. Who's to blame? Who are they blaming? They're not blaming the CDC. They're blaming the CDC digital equivalent called the NSA, who also houses the most killer deadly viruses on the planet, computerly speaking, of course. So that's what's been going on, folks. Not only is there an algo shift, but there's been a major power shift as well. So yes, there's so much going on in the world today, folks, but I just wanted to give you the real so that you could see exactly what's happening and why it's happening and see things being positioned and moved into place ahead of time, ahead of schedule, or how to say it, schedule. So if you look at your gold today, you see your price triggers on gold. You see the support is holding nicely. We hit 1260 today. Anyone paying attention could have profitably made a good amount of shillings today. Likewise for silver, silver is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. Everything is moving according to the sheet. Crash alerts and rally alerts are playing off. The only thing that seems to be wanting to punch people in the face today, anybody want to chime in what that number is? Anybody see the number? All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, well, I have an abbreviated sheet that says 20,762-ish. All right. And ask me what the low is today. 20,670. So it bested by 2 points, and then it quickly reversed. Now it's at 20,706. No follow through whatsoever. Just a stop run. That's all. An intraday running of the stops. Nothing to really be concerned about. Look at the NDX. The NDX support line is drawn where? You can see here we got 5620.75. All right. So it bested it by what, 15, 16 points? And now it's trading at 56.41. So it is bounced. no follow through. It's called profit taking, nothing else. If this was a true sell-off, the market would be down some percentage points, not 200 little Dow points or 80 little NASDAQ points. That is nothing when you have thousands of points of fluff built into the market. 200 is a drop in the bucket. That's just noise, price fluctuation. By the close, we could be up 200 points. All right? So I just want to give it to y'all, give you the real. Don't be shook by what you seeing going on today. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing happening. All you see is the crash alert playing out. That's it. Now let me put you on to something else. You have noticed, and you heard me say it on the show with V the other day, that you see Bitcoin being priced higher than gold. You see Bitcoin being priced higher than the US dollar, than pretty much any other currency that is on the planet. Now, the question other